Hannah. Tell me a little bit about what you're learning in this book.
About the horse's senses.
What about it?
Like it bends its ears to like hear louder.
Mm-hmm.
And that its eyes are on the side of its head, so it can see like behind him and in front of him.
Let me just take a quick look at your Post-its. Hannah, one of the things I'm noticing about you as a reader is that on every page you read, you really try to respond to what you've read in some way. It's like you read it, you understand it, and then you have something to say about it. You're making a lot of connections to your own life, and that's great to do because it's going to keep you really interested in your reading, and it's going to help you to make sure you're really understanding what you're reading. So keep doing that, okay?
Okay.
Okay, thanks, Hannah. Hi, Tori.
Hi.
So tell me a little bit about what you're thinking in this book so far.
Well, I was wondering why it's called Spring Breakup, but they're going on spring break, so that might be it, but I'm not sure why it's called break, like how it has breakup in it. And another thing is they're going on spring break. I was wondering if they really want to stay where they are, like in PCA, if they could stay in it.
And so what are you trying to do to figure out the answer to your question?
Well, I was reading like some parts of it, but I haven't really found out why it's called Spring Breakup.
So Tori, I want to give you a compliment. Something that you're doing that's so important is that you're in the beginning of the book trying to figure out why the author picked the title that he or she did. You're asking questions to make sure you're really understanding what the story's about. And that's something you could do in the beginning of any book that you're reading, okay? Thanks. Hey, Bill.
Hi.
I see from your log you've been reading this since the 14th. You're reading at a great rate. What are you thinking about as you're reading this book?
I think that a guy that
Let's look at the post-it you wrote.
that
What are
I
you predicting?
predict this chapter 5 interview is about people are gonna interview the person who cleans in at the museum, and she saw the Mona Lisa pose missing. So they're gonna interview her, what she saw, what time she saw it missing.
And where did this information come from? They noticed that this Mona Lisa was missing.
This chapter, chapter 4.
Yep. Bill, you're doing something so important that I want to talk to you about. You know that when you're reading a chapter book, all of these chapters connect. And you're making a prediction, you're having a thought in this chapter based on something that happened back in this chapter. And that's great work to always be doing anytime you're reading a chapter book, is to always be thinking, how do the different chapters connect? So it's all one long story, right?
Yeah.
Nice job, Bill.